And welcome back to another episode of the Bills Podcast.
Hell yeah, baby. We're back.
Andrew's just yelling at me because we need to get a table in here.
Yeah, bro, build one. You say you wanted to be a woodworker while you were off.
Yeah, I've been a sleeper while I've been off.
Oh, man. Well, welcome back. We have an announcement for this week. The Patreon is starting. If I can ever stop arguing with these people over email, because I just created the thing and it flagged us for something. They don't even know what. They have no specific details because there's nothing on there. But yeah, we're flagged. So it will be up and running by Friday. So
Hopefully.
it will be.
You think so?
I believe in myself. I believe in my ability to argue with dipshits. With AI, apparently.
Yeah.
I think it's AI. So
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
yeah, so we will have 2 episodes a week now, which is cool. So anybody that wants to support us, I will put, well, I won't put the link in the episode description this week, but I will put it on all of our social medias. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people have been saying that they look forward to Tuesdays, and everybody was upset at us a couple weeks ago because we didn't record one. So, which obvious why we didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to go 2 weeks without you. So, yeah.
Yep.
So Patreon Friday. We are going to be taking I almost said
Subscriptions?
subscription. Yeah, it is subscription based.
Yes.
Yeah,
If you don't know, it's, what, $5 a month?
Yeah, I mean, we could set it to anything, but I'm not going crazy with it.
Yeah, so for Patreon, it'll probably be $5 a month. You get 4 extra episodes a month. It'll be a lot more interactive, too, because we can, like, do live stream stuff on there.
Yeah.
So, like, we'll probably move the fights to our Patreon, so if you want to join us for the fights, we can live stream on there. Because it's a private thing, I think we can, like, show the fights, too. Not 100%
yeah,
sure.
we'll have to get verification on that,
But our Patreon, there's going to be a lot of extra bonus stuff on there for you guys and for us. It'll be a lot more interactive.
Yeah, and if you guys are subscribing to the Patreon, it literally is not like gonna go into our pockets. We're just gonna put everything back into the podcast.
Yeah.
Obviously, we need a new table. That's what we were just talking about. Yeah, so super exciting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There is some other things we need, but
Yeah.
So for this week, we want submissions from anybody that listens and anybody that is wanting to go onto the Patreon with us. Crazy holiday stories.
Yeah.
And we will be reading them out on the podcast for Friday. But get them in by Wednesday night this week because it's Thanksgiving on Thursday, so we can't record on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. I think we summed it up there.
Yeah. So look out for that. Hopefully, if we can get through with Patreon, get that up and running by Friday. If not, it'll wait till next week.
Yeah.
But hopefully by Friday.
And I will link our email in the description for the episode, so you can get your submissions in, or you could just DM us on any socials that you follow us on. All right.
The Cowboys finally had a good game this weekend.
Yeah. I don't even know if I want to talk about football.
It's
been so bad.
I didn't expect the Cowboys to beat the Reds. The Commanders. Caught myself this time.
Yeah.
You can't just change it. Like, it's so stupid. My whole life they've been the Redskins, and
I think you should have to win a Super Bowl to change.
I think you
your
mentioned
name.
that a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
It irritates me so bad.
Yeah. But yeah, the Commanders this week.
Yeah.
So.
And they're good.
Oh yeah, Jaden Daniels looks.
And that ending to that game was probably the craziest football game I have ever watched in my entire life. Like, there was 4 touchdowns in the final 3 minutes and 15 seconds or something like that. I mean, it was insane.
Yeah.
That Turpin
return.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kick return was That spin move.
He dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Like so it was highlights of Deshaun Jackson's punt return.
Oh yeah.
Against the Giants.
Yeah.
I mean, he dropped the ball,
Picked it up at,
made
like, the
one
2-yard
move,
line.
and just burnt everybody. He
Yeah.
took 6 dudes out with that spin move.
Yeah, that spin move was insane. And it wasn't like a it was a jab step spin move. He like literally jabbed super hard to the right, spin back to the left, and just up the sideline, gone.
Yeah, I mean that. It was a hell of a return, and I was like, oh, game over.
Yeah.
And then, like, that was the worst special teams day of all time. First worst special teams game of all time. And then I almost said the Redskins. The Commanders got the ball back. Then Scary Terry goes for 70 yards, touchdown, one play, and then they they miss the PAT to tie the game, and then they try the onside kick, but he picks it up in the middle and takes it to the house. Like, that was the weirdest ending to a game ever.
Speaking of special teams, was it last week Justin Tucker missed 2 field goals? I don't think that fool's ever done that in his career. He missed 2 in a row.
There was like an insane stat where he had taken like 508 and missed like, I don't know if it was like single digits or like up to 20, but like an insane amount.
Justin Tucker, that dude's automatic. He does not miss.
Brandon Aubrey missed 2 yesterday within 42 yards.
Yeah, that's special teams the last couple years. Like kickers just are not.
I don't know. Jake Moody missed 3 a couple weeks ago against Tampa Bay, which, I mean, he's been ass since he got to the 49ers. But
who was it? There was a game yesterday that a kicker missed to win the game. I think, who was it? The Bengals, I think? I don't know. I saw a video yesterday.
Bengals were on a bye.
I saw a video yesterday. There was a kicker that missed a field goal down by like 1 or 2 to win the game. And it was like close. It wasn't.
The Bengals missed it last week against the Chargers.
Maybe that's what
to
it
win
was.
it. I think that was Monday Night Football.
Maybe that's what it was. But yeah, it was close. It was like inside the 30. It's like, how do you miss that?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
College football is pretty crazy right now too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the script writers are cooking.
There's a lot of top 25 teams that fell this week. Alabama lost to OU, who's unranked.
Alabama's terrible this year.
Yeah,
But is that like 4 losses?
3, I think. 3 or 4. I mean, it's like the Patriots too. The Patriots had like a decent season after Belichick left, and then it was down the drain after that. But with college football, it's a little different because like Alabama's Alabama, like it's still, and it's different because you don't get drafted.
Everybody wants to go there.
Well, yeah, you don't get drafted. You get to pick where you want to go as a high school student athlete coming out, going to college. You get to pick where you want to go. So like Alabama still has the big draw. It's still Alabama, but Nick Saban was like the draw, and he created Alabama to be what it is. But yeah, college football's pretty crazy right now. Who do you think's winning the Heisman? You think it's gonna be Genty or you think it's gonna be Travis Hunter? I think based on politics.
I don't know, man.
I think based on politics and the media,
it's gonna be Genty because I don't think somebody with the Sanders last name will be, or not Sanders, but Shador. I was thinking Shador should be in it as well, but they have been losing so many games. They lost again this weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't know if either of those guys should do it, but I think what Genty's doing is crazy, and it's at Boise. To be honest, I don't care enough.
Yeah.
To know like who else is in.
The only other name that I've seen that's up there is Cam Ward. He's the quarterback from Miami.
Yeah, he's a stud too.
And he's a stud. But I mean, a lot of people are saying like, oh, what Genty's doing has been done before. Like we've seen running backs that have done this before.
Not at Boise.
Yeah, exactly. Not when you're the only offensive weapon.
Yeah.
Like, and have you seen how Homeboy just stands in the backfield too?
Mm-hmm.
He just stands there like so nonchalant. And
I was watching Jahmyr Gibbs yesterday, and it's almost identical. I don't know if it was before Genty or after.
No, I think
but
Gibbs has always done that too.
Yeah.
Just that nonchalant, like, not really getting a stance, just kind of hands on your hips, hands on your, like,
That
upper thigh,
boy.
like, just standing there.
That boy is nuts.
Jameer Gibbs.
I think the Lions win the Super Bowl this year, and I think it's
they
gonna
look,
be. I think
dude,
it's
they
gonna be
look
comfortable.
so good.
Dude, I mean, they won a game with their quarterback throwing 5 interceptions. Like, who does that?
Yeah. I mean, the dual threat of Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery.
Yeah, which,
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
speaking of David Montgomery, I lost fantasy in both leagues this week. The one that I really needed to win.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I needed to win in both, but our family league, David Montgomery's on my team. He got hurt, which, I mean, he still scored 17 points, so it's not bad.
Yeah.
Brian Robinson Jr. got 13 yards, got injured. I think he ran the ball one time. And I ended up losing by 0.1 points.
Oh, yeah.
1 yard. 1 yard from somewhere, and I would have won.
Oh, that's crazy.
So yeah, that was fun to take. Plus, I lost I won one bet out of like 5 yesterday.
That's
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah. No, I won 2, but one was like it's called not protected. It's I don't know the name of it, but where you can take it at like different tiers. So like if you do like a 5-leg, you can still win at 4, but it's like 3/4
Yeah.
of your money, and then
Yeah, it's not-
I won one that covered that bet, so that was decent.
That's
But
not
a Saturday I had a day. I was
Did
at
you?
like 285 on Saturday.
betting on basketball?
Yeah, and then my dad sent me $50 because he won like 300 as well on my bets. So, yeah, we're up this weekend. But
Nice.
yesterday was not a good day.
Yeah.
I was just upset all day.
My buddies Brenton and Robert used to do that at work too. We'd be at work and like Brenton is like sports mastermind. That dude knows sports like no other. It's insane. But like he'll give Bob bets and be like, "Hey, put money on this." And like they do, like he basically how you just said you give your dad like bets to put stuff on. That's who Brenton is. Brenton's like, put money on this team. And
Well, that fool, my dad was hella mad because I was on like a 4-day win streak by Saturday. I was up like in the last like week, well, since last Wednesday, I'm up like $450 or something like that. Like, but I just keep betting, so
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. But I just need to stop like going crazy on Sundays. Like I do an 8-leg touchdown parlay, and then I do like
yeah, that's what I mean.
I won a bet on hockey the other day. I barely even watch hockey. I didn't even know who I was betting on.
That's how Brenton is. Like he doesn't really know hockey, but he won money all through the Stanley Cup Finals and the playoffs and everything. Like
It's insane.
but he's winning like $2,800 bets. Like
Oh,
50. Yeah, he's winning big money.
Degenerate.
Yeah. But I mean that dude's I've watched him in a weekend make what it takes us to make it. What would take us to make it a month? Like that fool's crazy when it
Dude,
comes to that.
So I did one of these ladders a couple weeks ago where you start with like $10. I had $5 left in my betting account. I was like, I'm not putting any more money in for a few weeks. Like I need to take a little bit of a break. Well, I won that one.
Yeah.
It was like $13. Then the next day, I bet $13 again, and I was just doing like 2 legs, 3 legs.
Yeah.
So it was literally like I was just trying to go up that way. And then the next day, one of the players got injured, so they gave me my money back. I was like, well, you could have I won the other one. You could have just gave me like an extra $5 or something.
Yeah.
But then the next day I won again. It was like 32, and then I bet the 32, and it was up to like 80 something, and I was like, okay, I'm done with this ladder, because if I bet this 80 and lose it now, I'm gonna be like, well, now I really can't bet. So
Yeah.
And then I started going on my heater.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
That's dope.
But yesterday was bad. Betting, lost in both fantasy leagues, lost like 5 bets. The 49ers lost. They got pushed in pretty bad.
Yeah.
The injuries just keep stacking up for this team. And, like, I'm not one, like, last week I was saying that I don't care about the injuries, but losing Brock Purdy and Nick Bosa,
Yeah.
and I don't care what anybody says, Green Bay is not good. So Daniel was over yesterday, and I was sitting there and I was going down their schedule, and every team that you're like, oh, that's a good team, they've lost to.
Yeah.
And they're now, 8-3? So, like,
Yeah.
they've played, like, the Titans. They've played, Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
They
I was
won't
just
even come
like,
close to winning their division.
No.
They're
Like-
going to be third in their division.
Like,
I
I
think-
haven't looked at the Lions' schedule, but I'm looking around the league, and I'm like, who's actually going to beat this team?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I think the Lions win that division pretty easily. I think Minnesota takes second in the division, and then the Packers will be third.
yeah.
Because the Vikings are pretty good too.
Yeah.
The Vikings,
The sneakiest team
Yeah.
this year.
yeah. Like Sam Darnold went there, and everybody's like, "Oh, Sam Darnold's gonna be Sam Darnold," and he is not. He's been a different animal this year.
Well, he looked good on the Niners last year. He played a couple games when Purdy got out. Back to the 49ers for a second. I don't know what this team does now, because Christian McCaffrey needs a ring. Like, his dad got 4. I think his dad got 4.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this team, and it's like everybody was talking all that crap about how you can put any quarterback in this offense and blah, blah, blah. Well, we put any quarterback in yesterday, which Josh Dobbs is healthy, and he's on our team, and he
Yeah.
took Arizona to the playoffs a couple years ago, and then went to Minnesota and played decent. Justin Jefferson, he was injured all year,
Yeah.
and he played good without Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
So I was kind of looking at it like we just put a guy in that hasn't started in 3 years.
I know. Who did you guys play?
Couldn't tell you his name now. I was so mad at him all. And he was playing decent. Like,
Yeah.
he threw an interception that went right through Debo's hands, which gave them their first touchdown of the second half, which was like, okay, game's over now.
Yeah.
Like, we started to play well. We were shutting their offense down completely in the second half. And then they got the ball at like the 8-yard line or something like that after the return. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't his fault that we lost.
Yeah.
But, like, penalties killed us. We had Debo went for a kick return and took it 80 yards down the field, but there was a holding, which I think they said within, like, 3 special teams plays, we had lost, like, over 115 yards or something like that.
On penalties.
On penalties, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that 83 one, and then we had another, like, 40-yard return that got called back.
It's
And,
crazy.
yeah, so, I mean, it's been a disaster of a season so far, which
Yeah.
is crazy that we're literally 1 game back from our, like, leading our division, because Arizona lost yesterday, the Rams lost yesterday.
That division's so up for grabs too.
It is.
There's no
The problem is we go to Buffalo on Sunday, so, yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, you go to Buffalo on Sunday. Who knows if Brock Purdy's healthy? Buffalo's sneaky disgusting this year.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Josh Allen is a stud.
Yeah.
But
He's having one of his better seasons this year too.
Yeah.
He's playing really good. They just beat the Chiefs last week. Yeah.
yeah, which I was kind of hoping the Chiefs won.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, because oh man, that would have been so funny. Because dude, and Carolina, like, Bryce Young getting benched might have been the best thing that could have happened to him. Because the last few weeks, man, and you look at his numbers and you're like, he's not playing that well.
Yeah.
But then you watch the games, he's playing good. And it's like, okay, well now, do they draft a quarterback in the first round, or can they actually use that, like, to get, him some weapons?
Some weapons, build him an offensive line.
Yeah.
Like,
Because, we were sitting there watching, because we had the red zone on, and it was like every time he was doing something good, But then the next play, he's out of time. He's got zero time ever. And Daniel was like, dude, if he had like an offensive line or like a system that could, use a running quarterback,
Yeah.
like he might actually be pretty decent. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Carolina needs a quarterback.
No. Carolina's been in shambles since Cam Newton left, though.
I mean, opening day, 2 tickets for like $10.
Yeah. They've been in shambles since they lost that Super Bowl to the Broncos.
Yeah.
Carolina's just been... And I mean, Christian McCaffrey helped him a couple times. There was a couple seasons that, like, after that he was the reason that they were winning
I couldn't
games.
even tell you who that quarterback was on that team. It was literally all Christian McCaffrey.
On what team?
Christian McCaffrey was in Carolina.
Oh, yeah. He had Sam Darnold. Was Sam Darnold there when he was there? Sam Darnold. Baker, he was already on the Niners when Baker was there, huh?
I don't even remember Baker being in Carolina.
Baker was in Carolina for like a year, half a season. He went from the Browns to the Panthers.
To the Rams.
What?
He's the backup on the Rams, yeah.
After he left the Browns?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then the Rams sent him to Carolina, and then from Carolina he went to...
Which that boy is balling in Tampa.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing that friggin' pissed me off about fantasy is, so it's my family league. My cousin Johnny literally had like 8 guys on a bye this week, had 0 chance of beating me, makes a trade, makes his team worse, just so he could try and get a first-round bye. Yeah, so he could win this week just to try and get a first-round bye.
Ugh.
Yeah, so I was like, oh my God, bro. Like, yeah. So he's not winning the championship this year.
Yeah.
Michael's definitely winning it. His team is insane.
Michael's is...
Yeah. Now, especially. Like, he traded, like, Alvin Kamara and Josh Allen to get, like, CeeDee Lamb and a couple other guys. I don't know. But his team got much worse.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
How many weeks do we have left in football? We're like, what, week 11?
Yeah, so there's still 7 weeks.
Dang. It feels like it just started, too.
I know. And, yeah, I mean, fantasies starts playoffs after 2 weeks from now, so there's 2 weeks left in the fantasy regular season. So I'm already looking at next fantasy year.
Yeah. That's how I feel about duck season, too, though. I've been hunting for almost 2 months now.
Yeah.
Does not feel like it.
Mm-mm.
Means I'm like halfway over. Which hopefully gets better because last week has been rough. Last Wednesday was good. There was a ton of birds flying around in the morning. Like, we got a big push before the storm that came in last weekend. And I think I killed like 2 birds in the morning. And then I was hunting with Tyler's cousin and he killed 4 in the morning. And I don't know how Tyler said it wasn't too hot in the afternoon. And then me and Johnny hunted Saturday. That was brutal. Dude, like, I don't get it. We got a massive push of birds on Wednesday, and it seemed by Saturday they were gone. I was so frustrated out there. And I told Johnny, I said, I would have rather come into today with no expectation. But because of what I saw on Wednesday, I was like, oh, we're going to have a banger of a hunt on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And neither one of us pulled the trigger. We had one
sucks.
bird come over us like 15 yards 5 minutes after shoot time, and Johnny gave it the pass because it was a hen mallard. So he's like, oh, I'll pass. And that was our only opportunity that morning. Yesterday was a little better. We killed 2 birds yesterday, so it was better than Saturday, but still not like great.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Wednesday will be, who knows how tomorrow will go. Well, Wednesday. Tomorrow when this comes out. Yeah, who knows how that's going to go. I don't have a resi or anything. But then Saturday I have a resi at one of the refuges. And then Sunday, Zach. So Sunday is when spinners open up. and Zach's got a number 2 at a really good refuge right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I told Zach, we're gonna go make a mess of something. It's gonna be.
I kind of screwed Zach.
Yeah,
I may have jinxed him. Sorry, Zach. I haven't spoken to you since because softball got canceled on Friday. I was kind of nervous to talk to you, so I didn't text you or anything. So.
Was it canceled because of the rain?
Yeah,
Oh.
It was pouring. I think Daniel just canceled it so he could go to the movies on Friday. But yeah, I'll never do that again, Zach. I'm so sorry. You don't get to go very often, and I said you were gonna get skunked 2 days or the day before you went.
I don't know if I told you this or not, but I don't think it really mattered too much. I think there was like 7 birds killed off the refuge the whole day, the day that Zach went.
Yeah.
So.
No, you did. Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah.
The reason I said that was for a good reason. I didn't want Zach to leave because we were at Friendsgiving, and I was like, you can't leave, bro. You're just gonna get skunked anyways tomorrow. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I know. I've been trying to get some good sleep on the nights before I go hunting, but we don't go to bed till 10. And the baby's up at like 1 or 2, and when he wakes up, if he wakes up after 1:15, there's no point in me going back to sleep.
Yeah.
Like I'm up at that point. Plus, if Johnny's going with me, I got to make sure that Johnny's up.
Yeah. And no kidding.
He wasn't on Saturday. I've had to go to his house twice this year to wake him up. I didn't have to go to his house on Saturday, but I called him about 10 times before he finally answered the phone. And he woke up when he was supposed to be at my house. So,
dude, I've been struggling since I've been on baby leave. Like, it's only been a week today.
To get up?
And, yeah, dude, I can't.
Yeah,
like,
my sister told me the other day, she's like, you slept for heck long. You woke up at like 10 or something. And she said that you were so mad that you slept in.
I know. It's happened today.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man, it sucks because I'm not going to bed super late. It's taking me so long to fall asleep whenever I get in bed.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's because, like, I'm not as tired from working or, I don't know. But I'll get into bed and it'll take me like an hour and a half to fall asleep some nights. And I'm just,
I hate that.
Struggling.
Last night I fell asleep great last night because, I was up early because I went hunting. So I was up at, what time did I get up yesterday morning? 2:15, 2 o'clock. And I went hunting in the morning. I was done hunting by like 8:30, 8:45 because it was like, I don't know, it was clear first thing in the morning, and then the fog settled in. The birds like started to disperse and get broke up, so we killed a couple. Then it got sunny and everything just went straight back to flying at 100 yards and not even looking. So I just took off. We went to church. Got done with church, went home, changed, and I went straight to my in-laws because I had to help Joey's dad paint around his house because he's getting gutters up on his house on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
So he had to paint the fascia boards, I think they're called. And I did that yesterday afternoon. And then by the time we got done with that, it was like almost 5 o'clock. It was about to be dark. And I was like, dude, I'm exhausted.
Hell yeah.
Went home. My wife turned on Cops. That was it.
Cops?
Dude, yeah, she's been watching like old school Cops from like the 2005 episodes and stuff. It's so funny.
I don't think I've ever watched an episode of Cops.
I've seen a couple seasons now.
That's terrible, bro. Like that's such bad television, dude. It's not
terrible.
good.
It's terrible TV. But while we were in the hospital with the baby, that was like the only thing that she could find on that she wanted to watch. So she watched that, and then when we got home, she found it on Roku, and she's just been watching it ever since. So,
I got lucky when Kip was born. It was Euros time, so
the
Euros were on all day.
Yeah,
in the hospital. It was lovely.
Yeah, we've watched a little bit of Grey's Anatomy since we've been home, but like if she gets, and we watch Outer Banks because Outer Banks just came out with some new episodes, so we finished that, and then like we restarted Grey's Anatomy when we got home, the day we got home, and we're already like halfway through to where we're going to restart it again. But yeah, and then on top of that, we
seasons of that.
Yeah, that's why we get to, because I think they're on what, season like 21 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get to like season 18, 19, and we're like, yeah, let's restart. So I think right now
I don't even know if I could get past like if I was to watch it again, I don't know if I'd get past like season like 14 whenever they start. Just everything is
when
like,
Derek dies. It's Derek dies, and then you have like 2 decent seasons, and it's downhill from there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, once Derek dies, and
they got too political.
Yeah, like right about this
about
point,
like racism and
yeah,
I just like I don't want to spend my time watching this. Like,
yeah, right about the point that it gets like to COVID, or right about COVID, that's when it's like restart, back to the beginning.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's been our shows right there. So I need to watch Yellowstone because the new episodes are out, but I want to let it build up to where I can watch them all at the same time.
That's gonna be like one day, dude.
I hate that whole wait for a week. I do need to go watch Tulsa King. Have you seen that? You gotta watch Tulsa King. It's on, I think it's on Paramount Plus, and it's that's that Sylvester Stallone show. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen so many clips from that.
Dude,
it looks fantastic.
That show is awesome. Like from the get go. You and they just
That's
put
where
out
he like
season.
gets out of prison, right?
And he moves, his mafia family moves him to Tulsa. Yeah. That show is
I actually
super
really
good.
want to watch that. I thought it was a movie though. That's why I was like,
no, it's a TV show.
Okay,
it's a TV show. It's on Paramount Plus.
I'll definitely be watching that.
Yeah, they just put out the second season beginning of this month. So I have been wanting to watch it, but I just haven't gone and done it because I didn't watch the first season with my wife. I watched it with Bob and Brenton while I was at work. So, yeah, I need to watch that second season. So maybe I'll sit down and rewatch the first one with my wife and then start watching the second season after that.
Yeah, we're watching Gotham right now. It's pretty good, but some of the things, like last night, I kind of like, I'm kind of over it already because like in the Batman movies, like nobody knows who the Riddler is, like, and in the show they make it so obvious who it is.
Yeah,
it's just, I don't know. It reminds me of The Flash, where it's kind of like the same thing. Like, I don't know if you watched The Flash or not.
I've seen a little bit of it.
In the TV show, it's literally like in the first season, they're fighting a new bad guy every day, right? Or in every episode, they're fighting a new bad guy.
Yeah.
And then in the second season, they start like, it's like one villain is like the main goal. Like they have to take that guy down.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what Gotham has turned into. And like, I like the show, but it's getting to the point where I'm like,
do you prefer like that new bad guy every day, or do you prefer like?
I prefer the season of a bad guy, but all of it gets repetitive.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that's the thing with those shows, like all those superhero and supervillain shows. It's kind of like you've got the same storyline. It's good guy versus bad guy.
I gotta get stronger to try and beat this guy. Like, but they're starting to add like superpowers and stuff into the show, and I'm just like how are the cops even coming close to stopping these guys?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm super excited to watch The Penguin, the new series.
I don't know what that is.
The Penguin? You don't know what The Penguin is?
Nope.
Well, did you watch the last Batman movie?
No.
I'm ashamed right now.
I'm
should
not
stop
a DC
the
guy.
podcast right now.
Not a DC guy.
No, so the last Batman movie, the TV show goes into the next movie. Daniel was like, you have to watch The Penguin. You have to watch The Penguin. And I'm like, well, if it leads right into the next movie, the next movie doesn't come out until October 2nd, 2026. So I'm like, I think I have some time.
Yeah.
But it looks hella good. So
yeah, I don't know. I've never really been a big TV guy. That's why it's tough for me to sit down and watch shows too. Is because if I have the choice whether I can sit down and watch TV or sit down and play video games, I'm probably gonna play video games over TV.
I would too.
So I don't know. I need to
My wife hates it.
But it sucks because then there's shows that I like, and I'm like, oh, I can't watch certain stuff because I don't like, or look at certain stuff because I don't want this stuff to get spoiled for me because I want to see it on the TV show. But it's, yeah, I don't know. I need to sit down and just watch them. Like I said, Yellowstone.
Or just play video games. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like I said, Yellowstone, I'm definitely not watching until the rest of this, the whole second half of season 5 comes out. I can't do the whole once a week sit down. Yeah,
I might have to just start from the beginning.
Yeah, I
just
probably
make it last the entire time until the new one comes out.
Yeah.
Like it's all the way out.
Yeah, because there's only 4 or 5 episodes that are coming out. So.
Oh, and then there's a second part to it.
No, so this is the second part.
Oh, okay.
So season 5 part 1 is already out, which was super
boring.
boring.
The ending was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then now they're doing season 5 part 2, which I think is 4 or 5 episodes, and that's like the end of the show, which sucks because I feel like this show you could have done so much more with. Like it's.
Well, the main character who plays him?
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, Kevin Costner is getting a divorce.
Is that why he's stepping down from the show?
He's stepping down from the show because he needs to work more. He can't just do this like one season a year thing, is what he said. And that it makes sense because he's getting a divorce, so he needs money.
Which he just put out a new movie not too long ago either. Like an old Civil War movie or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that movie actually looks really good too. I need to sit down and watch that.
Yeah, I don't really keep up with movies all that much. It's literally like Batman will probably be the next time I'm in the movie theater. And I'm going with Daniel because I'm watching the movie at the same time as you, babe. Don't ask me questions, babe. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. My dude, so, I mean, I get it. I get why they ask questions and stuff because we do see stuff that they don't. Like, I was watching Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, because she's sitting
Last
there
night?
on her phone.
Dude, so I was watching Grey's Anatomy last night, and it was the episode where Meredith takes Zola.
Oh, runs away with her?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Derek makes a joke to Callie and says, I don't know if she got hit by a bus or something. And, like, that's a reference to George O'Malley. Because O'Malley got hit by a bus, and that's how he dies.
Yeah.
Well, my wife I was like, dang, that's hecka cold. And she's like, what? I was like, you didn't get that reference? And she's like, what reference? I said, hit by a bus? I said, who got hit by a bus in the show? And she's like, oh my God. She's seen the whole show like 30 times. She's seen the whole show like 30 times and she never got that. So I was thinking about it. I was like, when they ask questions, it's valid. It's valid. They truly don't understand. Whether we know or not, they really don't understand. So.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so bad too because I give Sydney shit all the time for being on her phone. And then like when I start getting over a show, you can tell.
Yeah.
Because I'm just sitting there on my phone, scrolling through Twitter, like looking at bets I'm going to place tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sitting there watching basketball on my phone, a game that I don't even care about just because I have money on it. Like,
yeah. I'm the same way, but I look at my hunting maps. Like, if it's the day before I'm going hunting, my wife will know, like when I'm snap into hunting mode because I'll literally sit there and just scroll through maps for hours, switching between Google Maps, Apple Maps, and my Onyx, like, to see the different, because all of them have different timestamps on the images that they've updated and everything. So, like, trying to find the newest image, see what it looks like. Yeah, my wife, she knows if we're sitting there watching a show and I get on my map, like, just leave me alone because I'm in the zone right now trying to figure out what to do tomorrow because I've got no idea.
Yeah.
So
I'm kind of like that with the podcast now. Like, I'm, like, looking at stuff that I should be talking about.
Yeah.
Which brings me to something that I did want to talk about is AI. Is, I don't want to say, like, it's liberal, but it is. I just don't have a better word for it.
Yeah,
Like,
because, I mean,
it
it's
hides certain things that you're like, wait, like Google does this too. And it's like, I love ChatGPT. Like, I use it so often.
Yeah.
Just to find stuff out because I don't want to search through 30 articles to find like the truth. I want it to give me
Mm-hmm.
5 articles
Yeah.
with links so I can click on them and go through and see like, okay, like they're all making this certain point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I saw Tucker Carlson talking about Ukraine launching counterattacks into Russia,
Yeah.
and how the Biden administration is doing nothing about it. Like they've pretty much completely checked out,
Yeah.
which there's still over a month
Yeah.
left of this administration.
They got what, like a month and a half left?
What's the
January 5th?
something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, I think beginning of January.
Yeah,
right?
I mean it's the 25th of November today.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah,
6 weeks left.
and
can't.
like you can't check out of the most important job in the world.
Yeah, no.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I know Joe Biden checked out of the most important job in the world a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's
For
yeah.
sure when the presidential race started.
Yeah. So anyways, not to get too into politics, but I was looking at that because I was like, oh, like maybe we could talk about that a little bit. And I was like searching for everything. I couldn't find really anything on Google.
Yeah.
So I go into ChatGPT and I'm like, can you like give me the bullet points for this? And it was like, I'm sorry, I can't find anything about. That was long.
I know. I was trying to find a positive sentence. I was like, screw it, I want to drink this.
I was like, it literally said, I cannot find anything about this. Like, there's no reports saying that Ukraine has launched attacks into Russia or anything like that. And I was kind of like, well, like, you know, certain news people are talking about it. So how can you not find anything?
Yeah. That's the thing, though. It's like, you can't, like you said, liberal's not the word you want to use because they do stuff like that to hide what's going on in the government. Like, they use the whole Diddy situation to hide and cover certain things. Like, they put things on social media and they do big events at a certain time to cover an event that they want nobody to know about.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm glad politics is over, but you know, if we're going into World War III, I'd like to know a little bit in advance.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'd like to
So I can go get ready for it.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to see certain things online because I'm not gonna sit there and watch the news for like a 5-minute segment that they're actually gonna discuss this. I mean, I guess I just got to listen to Tucker Carlson's podcast. I don't know. Like, love him or hate him, like, he is a very intelligent person.
Yeah.
And
You see that MSNBC is for sale?
I did not.
It's a big left-wing news channel that's for sale. And
Joe Rogan.
I think I think Donald Trump Jr. like retweeted it or something on X and said something along the lines of like, we have the opportunity to do something so funny, and like tagged Elon Musk, and Elon Musk said how much. I don't know if it was just a meme or if it was a real interaction, but that would be awesome.
You know what they should do with that? If somebody were to buy it, just turn it into something like Barstool.
Yeah.
And just podcasts. Just make it all podcasts. Long form, you know, run your ads or whatever you have to do. But like, do that.
Yeah.
Don't tie these reporters into contracts where they can't do their own thing on top of that. Because that's why everybody's using like Substack and stuff like that right now. Because you actually get like centrist media that tells the truth about everything. Yeah. The problem is I pay for way too many subscriptions already, so I'm not doing that with another one.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. If I was a billionaire, I'd buy it and just turn it into
Barstool. Barstool is involved in so many things. They've got so much.
Well,
like, I remember when it was just Barstool Sports. And now Dave Porcorny, like, that dude has done so much with Barstool.
Yeah. Well, the problem with trying to create a Barstool is, do you have a Dave Portnoy? Like, if you don't have a Dave Portnoy that's going to get out there and he's on every single podcast, and if he wants to, he's going to trash your pizza parlor on TikTok, and he does not care. Like, that is one of the most active human beings on planet Earth.
Dude, I think those are so funny.
Oh,
those,
yeah.
those pizza clips, dude. Oh my God, those are awesome.
Yeah, I saw one where the dude didn't know who he was, and served him like a cold slice of pizza, and he just went in on this place.
Yeah,
he was like, it wasn't even like because he didn't know who I was. It was because he was like treating me like shit, like handed me a cold slice of pizza that had clearly been out, and he like straight spit it out in front of everybody sitting on the patio. It was so funny.
And they like locked him out of the building. One of the dudes is like, "You gotta go. You gotta get out of here." He's like, "Good. I don't want to come back." Oh, dude. Yeah, that video is so funny.
Yeah, but if you don't have a Dave Portnoy that is going to do everything in his power to grow your brand, there's no way to succeed in doing something like that.
Yeah.
So it was a good idea, but I pretty much just shut it down because
you talk yourself in a circle.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to have a boss that would do that. Like, he'd start talking and he'd be like, "Dude, I've got this. Like, we need to do it this way." And then he'd start going over and he'd be like, But if we do it this way, we have to do this, and then we have to do this, then we got to get this, we got to do this. So that's just a terrible idea. It's like, what? Oh. So he'd say something stupid, and we'd be like, all right, just give him a second.
Brainstorm out loud, dude.
Yeah.
That's
give him a second, he'll talk himself out of it. Oh, gosh. Top 5. We can go over that real quick.
Those are back.
We did not do one last week. We obviously didn't do one the week before that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you did one with Daniel or not. I still haven't listened to that podcast on Dirtbag.
Yeah.
Hey, but you can't call me a dirtbag for not listening to that, because you told me when we first started doing this that you couldn't listen to the podcast.
I don't. Well, I'm on it. If I took a week off and you recorded a podcast with somebody else, I probably still wouldn't listen to it. So yeah, you're probably right. So I just feel like there's something. I just feel like it's weird, like to listen to your own voice. Yeah, listen to yourself, but also like whenever you're doing something that involves, numbers to grow and stuff like I don't want to pad my own numbers, dude. Like
I do.
Huh? Yeah,
I do.
I know. I want the podcast to grow, but I don't like. This isn't our only form of income.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
Yeah, that's not why we're doing it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, it's not our only form of income because I'm down a lot of money if it is. So.
Yeah, we're way negative if it's only. Yeah, I don't know. I used to listen to them when we first started doing them. I haven't listened to podcasts in general in a while. Like, I usually listen to them once duck season's over. I'll start listening to podcasts and stuff, and I'll listen to them until duck season gets back. And then once duck season gets back, I really don't listen to podcasts because all my car time is laughing and talking and making jokes with Johnny or Johnny playing music the whole time we're driving.
I haven't listened to a podcast since like a week and a half, and that's the longest I've gone. Unless I'm listening to a book, then the book obviously takes like forever to listen to.
But just being at home too, like
I'm not gonna sit here and listen to a podcast while I'm like not doing something. Yeah, so I like listening to podcasts while I drive.
Yep,
stuff
I'm the
like
same
that.
way.
So
I listen to them when I'm driving. So like, for when I was working in Arizona, it was perfect because I got nothing to do but drive. So listen to podcasts on the drive. And now I don't want to listen to a podcast at 2:30 in the morning when I'm driving to Los Banos to go hunting. Like,
no. Dude, I listen to a podcast every time I get in the car.
No, 2:30 in the morning.
I don't care if I'm driving 6 minutes down the street. A podcast will be on there.
Yeah, no, I have to listen to music in the mornings, and then usually by the time we're done duck hunting, it's just silence in the car the whole way home. Just so tired. Johnny's falling asleep, or I'm on the phone the whole way home. It's either I'm quiet or I'm on the phone the whole time. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm definitely not listening to it at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning while I'm driving to the refuge. I will fall asleep listening to a podcast. I don't care how entertaining it is.
Yeah, I'm not like that.
Yeah,
it doesn't even matter if it's very entertaining. Like if it's a bunch of information because Joe Rogan has a doctor on, and I know nothing about what they're talking about, I'm fine.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I'll fall asleep talking on the phone before I fall asleep listening to a podcast. I swear, dude.
Yeah, I won't do that. That's why I like calling people on the phone while I'm driving home. I'll talk to all my hunting buddies and see how they did for the day and stuff, and see what they're doing for the afternoon or whatever. But that keeps me awake the whole drive home, because I definitely can't count on Johnny to stay awake. As soon as we get off get off the refuge, he'll play like Pokemon Go, or he'll play Pokemon or Squad Busters or something on his phone for a few minutes, and then he's just out. By the time we get to Stevenson, or that stop sign at 140 and 165, he's done for. And I have to wake him up once we get in Hillmar for food, and then he's back out. He'll eat his food and right back to sleep. So, but we got top 5.
Yep.
I like this one because like it's hunting season, so I'm buying a lot. I'm not buying a lot of snacks. I honestly haven't bought any snacks this year, except for when we went to Oregon.
I don't think you're out there long enough to really need snacks.
I'm not a big morning eater either.
Yeah.
So I really don't. I'll wait until I get home to eat. But I like my snacks though.
Did you put them in order?
Yes, I did them in order.
Okay. I'll figure out my order as I go.
All right.
So you go ahead and go first.
All right. So number one.
Oh, we're doing top 5 snacks, by the way, if you didn't get that.
Yes, you didn't understand that. We're doing top 5 snacks.
I thought, I don't like this one. I thought it was a good idea because I couldn't come up with anything else myself. But I was like,
Are you a big snacker, though?
Oh, yeah. Not right now, though. I'm on the diet.
Oh, yeah, because you're on a diet. So this probably just makes you hungry. And
Yep.
So number 1, and I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but cookie dough.
Oh.
Dude, I and my wife can attest. Caitlin literally bought me a tub of cookie dough last night. The Nestle tubs. I'll pound that thing in like 3 or 4 days.
Nah, it's miserable.
I love cookie dough.
That's diabetes.
Spoonful. I told you, people are going to listen to my list and be like, you're going to end up just like your dad with no toes. So I'm going to be Nubby Jr. in 20 years. But cookie dough. Dude, I will literally, the tub, just spoonfuls.
I like cookie dough. I don't know about all
Just spoonfuls of just straight cookie dough. I don't eat it, I don't eat a lot at once, but like.
I didn't put not a single sweet on my top 5.
Oh, dude. Yeah, you're crazy. Second, have you ever had the Hostess snowballs?
I'm trying to think. I know what it is. I don't know if I've ever had one. I don't think I have.
They're so good. I love those things. Like, especially like if they're a little cold and they're a little firmer, it's good. But when it's a little warmer and they're a little softer, it's still good. Doesn't matter which way you go. But
I know nothing about it, bro.
Dude, you gotta try them. I love those things.
Probably not.
Well, not right now. You're on a diet. But I found them in the store for the first time last week, I think. Last week or the week before. Like, they had a 6-pack that they sold in a Hostess box. And I was like, what? They have these? I was so excited. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely. I literally got out of line to get them and then got back in line.
Jesus.
Third is Chex Mix. Just plain old traditional Chex Mix. Blue bag.
I like that.
I'm so salty. I love it, dude.
I don't know if I haven't bought one in a long time, but I actually do like Chex Mix.
That's my favorite blind snack. Like, between Snowballs is like my after. On my way home, I'll pick up a thing of Snowballs from the gas station on the way home. But while I'm in the blind, Chex Mix. So good. Fourth, which this used to be my number 1. It's just moved down on my list because I've explored other options. But Reese's. I love me some peanut butter cups.
Oh, yeah?
Love me some peanut butter cups. And that's like my mother-in-law, she loves Reese's too. She makes like some Reese's brownies and like she'll make other Reese's snacks. But like when she makes desserts for something, it's usually something involving Reese's. Which I love because there's
Dulce listens to the podcast, so her cheesecake shits on whatever you're talking about right now. So, yeah. You can't disagree. Go ahead.
Yeah,
continue.
Her cheesecake, yeah. Dang. Her cheesecakes that's my favorite.
She's bringing one on Thursday. Hopefully. I think she's bringing one on Thursday.
Hey, you're going to listen to this tomorrow, probably. Yeah. I'm going to need a cheesecake before Thanksgiving, Mom. Like,
you got to pay for them.
No.
Yeah,
your
you gotta buy
your
it.
grandson wants to try a cheesecake. He's ready for it. So please make your grandson a cheesecake and just drop it off at my house. Number 5 is Belvita cookies, the little Belvita crackers.
Oh yeah.
Those are fire. I found those a couple years ago. Like I always looked at them like, oh, those got to be disgusting. But then I tried one for the first time and I was like, dude, what? I used to buy the big, like the Costco size 36 pack boxes. I used to buy those and go through that in like a week.
Damn.
Yeah, I used to bring those to work with me.
What are the little like, oh man, I'm gonna feel so dumb for not knowing what they're called, because I actually do really like those cookies, but they're cookies, but they come in like a paper bag.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, you know.
They're Toll House cookies. God, somebody literally just showed a bag of those to Johnny the other day while we were hunting.
Yeah,
My
why
buddy
can I
Andrew.
not think of what those are called? Somebody in this
Dude,
podcast
I'm gonna
is
find him.
screaming
I'm gonna find him right
now.
now. I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh gosh. Let me see. Let me find them.
That's what I started thinking of whenever you said those crackers.
Dude, I know what you're talking about too. The Milano cookies.
Yes. Yeah,
They're not Toll House cookie. They're Pepper Ridge Farm Milano milk chocolate. Those ones, right?
Yep. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye Doritos. Those are going on.
Yeah, those are, dude,
What are they
those
called
are
again?
so
Milano.
good. Yeah, Milano. Those are hecka good too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Belvita crackers. Those,
I don't know if I've ever had those. I'll have to try them.
they're good. My favorite is the cinnamon something. Cinnamon something. But the cinnamon ones are good, and then the blueberry ones are really good too. So
Oh, I have tried the blueberry ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
I put Johnny onto those too. I opened up Johnny's backpack on Saturday when we were hunting, dude. And he's like, hey, can you put my flashlight away from me? So he hands me his headlamp. I go to put it in his bag. I open the pocket. I shine the light in there. Dude, he's got 4 packs of Velveeta crackers sitting in there.
Dude, you had those every time we went hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never brought 4 packs, but there's 4
Two.
crackers. Yeah, 2.
Two.
But 2 is reasonable. 2 is reasonable. There's 4 crackers.
Maybe he forgot somewhere in there, man.
No.
He put them in there
No,
in the morning.
he put them in there. There's 4 crackers per pack.
Yeah.
So like you don't need that's 16 crackers. That's a lot.
Maybe.
And they're decent size too. But Johnny's like king snacker. That fool will pack snacks for a week and eat them in a couple hours. We all know why, but
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, that fool can snack. Honorable mention, I just thought about it. I had them for the first time in Oregon when we went up there. Have you ever had those like beef jerky bites?
Yeah.
Dude, those are like the it's like burnt ends, but it's
Yeah.
like beef jerky.
I think I have some of those.
Those
right
are
now.
so
Yeah.
good, bro. Those are plus they're good for you, rich in protein, dude. Bulking season. Those are hecka good. You know what's not good?
What?
Is thinking that you're buying teriyaki beef jerky and you buy sweet and hot beef jerky. That happened to me in Oregon also. I was so pissed.
Why? You don't like any spicy?
I'm not like, well, not when you're expecting teriyaki.
I don't even really like the teriyaki one.
I love
definitely would go for,
teriyaki's my
like,
beef
the-
jerky.
The peppered or
Peppered's fine. I'm not like a big like hot guy. I'm not a very big hot guy. So but like, and it was crazy because you get one piece and you're like, dang, that's actually good. That's super sweet. You eat another piece and you're like, holy crap. Like this is going to hurt coming out.
yeah.
So, but especially when you're expecting teriyaki. When you're expecting one thing and you open it and you're like, this is not at all what I wanted. I was so mad.
Yeah,
So
I could
mad.
see that. So for my top 5, so the Milanos are going in at number 5. Doritos are my honorable mention now. They got removed from my list as soon as you made me think of those.
Yeah.
I haven't had them in forever, but I do love those.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna go for a cookie, it's those.
Yeah, Johnny, I found, there's been times where I find like 3 of those bags in the back of Johnny's car. That fool loves those things.
Number 4. So I have a few of them that are like mixed, like a couple different things to put together the snack.
Hmm.
Ritz crackers, the little spray cheese, and
Yep.
canned oysters. Yeah, or
Oh,
sardines. I don't even care, bro. Yeah, I love them. I don't know why.
disgusting.
I don't know why. My dad used to eat them all the time,
That
and
is
yeah,
disgusting.
I think it's delicious.
That's gross. Canned oysters
yeah,
or
dude.
sardines?
Yeah, I don't care which one. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Mm-hmm. Sydney thinks so too.
I quit this podcast. I cannot. That's disgusting.
The Bill podcast now from now on by myself.
Yeah.
Number 3, beef jerky. Yeah, just all beef jerky. I don't really
Yeah.
care.
I don't know how I left that. I don't know.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah. Number 2, I have cheese / cream cheese and salami. Doesn't matter. Like, not together, not cheese and cream cheese at the same time.
Yeah.
But either one of those with salami, definitely.
Like the block cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely,
dude.
definitely top 2. If you throw in some banana peppers right there, you put that at 1.
Yeah.
But
My mom used to sit there when we were kids and just eat a block of cheese. Just block of cheese and a knife. Straight cheese.
damn,
That's
yeah,
I love,
love
that
that.
too. I haven't
I
done.
love
It's
cheese.
been a long time since I've done that, but yeah, block cheese. Just sit there on the couch and watch TV or a movie, and just
I absolutely love cheese.
and you
so.
look down 30 minutes later and the block's gone. And you're like, oh my god. Yeah.
Nah, I've never done that before, but
Oh.
I definitely sit there and limit myself.
Yeah.
But
I can't. If I'm
I
snacking,
cut it and put it back in the fridge, and I'm like, you're not getting any more.
Yeah, I can't, dude. I like once I get going on something like that, I just go until it's gone.
Damn. Number 1, hot Cheetos or Takis. I don't really care, but hot Cheetos with lime is definitely number 1.
So lime hot Cheetos with lime, or just lime hot Cheetos, or
The hot
Cheetos,
Cheetos?
and then you put lime on it.
No, just the bag.
The,
With
of the lime
with
hot Cheetos.
limon, Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Those ones, but Takis are also good. But I just put those together because
Yeah.
if they don't have the limon, I'm getting Takis.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, Takis are fire, dude. I used to love
so
Takis.
dangerous, bro.
Yeah,
That is something that I'll sit there and I will like smack a whole bag and then just wonder why my stomach hurts
Dude,
so
so-
bad for 3 days after.
so when we were kids, Johnny got one of those, like, it's not the big, he didn't get the big bag, but he got like the medium bag of hot Cheetos, like the flaming hot, like the black bag.
I buy a bag of those and they're gone in like 2 or 3 days. The family size bag.
Yeah, so Johnny got like the medium size bag, the one that could last you a couple snack trips, of like the black super hot
Yep.
flaming hot Cheetos. He ate the whole bag in like 45 minutes.
Oh no.
Dude, it was just me and him home. We were at my dad's house. He goes to the bathroom. He comes out screaming. We're young, dude. Maybe middle school, 7th, 8th grade. Maybe I was a freshman. He was in 8th grade. He comes out, Bob, come here. My bottle's on fire. He looks in the toilet. He goes, oh my God, my poop is red. Dude, he crapped straight flaming hot Cheetos, dude. It came out the same way it went down. And he was like, dude, my stomach hurts so bad. My butthole's on fire. Oh, dude. That's my favorite flaming hot Cheeto story.
Dude,
'Cause
that's terrible. I almost choked to death on hot Cheetos one time. My friends thought I was joking. Swear to God.
they just let you
Yeah.
joke.
I was sitting there and I was like, and they started laughing, like, ha ha ha. And like not paying attention to me, dude. We were sitting at the park and I was eating hot Cheetos and I was like, I'm joking. Like, and they're like, are you serious? And finally, like, I just coughed them all out. And it was, yeah, it was so bad.
Dude, that's brutal. Dude, so you had some good ones on it that I didn't think of. Like hot Cheetos and Takis are really good.
Canned oysters.
Yeah, another one that's actually really good too. No, God, no.
you said
Canned oysters. That's disgusting.
Tell me you don't really listen to me while I'm
Yeah.
talking without telling me.
No, dude, what the freak are those pretzels called? Those pretzel sticks? They like just got popular not too long ago. Gosh, dang it. I gotta find those too. Because those are actually super good too. Let me see. No, not those. What the freak, dude?
I genuinely don't think it matters.
Dots pretzels. Dots homestyle pretzels.
Oh.
Those, if you get the cinnamon ones, dude, it's like the purple bag.
See, everything with you is just sweet.
Dude.
Like,
I told you people are going to hear me talk about snacks. And they're going to maybe Nubby Jr.
dude, that is terrible. Yeah, you gotta chill on this.
I get my snacking habits
We sit
from my
here and
dad.
you drink 2 Cokes in 40 minutes.
I get my eating and snacking habits from my dad. It's
And your
bad.
hunting.
It's not healthy.
And your hunting habits.
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I think when it comes to hunting, I'm a little worse than my dad.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I didn't know your dad back when he used to go all the time, but yeah, you're pretty bad.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. A lot of money in snacks and hunting.
Yeah.
Food in general. I love food. My wife's the same way too. So it's a dangerous game. It's a very dangerous game.
Yep.
I just had Panda Express yesterday for the first time in a while. I miss Panda Express. That's some good stuff. A little teriyaki chicken, a little orange chicken, fried rice. Ooh, teriyaki sauce on the fried rice and the teriyaki chicken. You ever done that?
This podcast is very dangerous for people that are probably working while listening to this podcast. So
they're just sitting there waiting for their lunch break, just starving.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that though? Put teriyaki sauce on the fried rice from Panda Express?
No, I don't think so.
Bro.
Soy sauce is my shit.
No. Try the teriyaki. It's so good.
Can't do it.
Why not?
I'm on my diet, bro.
Oh, God. You
Dude,
suck.
Sydney made chicken and dumplings yesterday, so I cheated. But that was because she had already bought all this stuff.
What are you gonna
She
do
was
for
like, I'm making
Thanksgiving?
this on Sunday. I'm just eating ham.
My man.
Yeah.
My man. I'm a ham guy
Dude,
too.
we ordered. So we've been doing Instacart.
Mhm.
So we don't have to try and like take all the kids shopping
Yeah.
or even the baby. It's still kind of hard with him.
Yeah.
But we ordered like, I was like, a ham for $8. There's no way. I was like, it looks kind of small though. We get it. It's the pack. It's literally just a pack.
Of sliced ham?
Yeah, sliced ham, bro. I was like, oh my God, man.
Oh,
I
that's
knew
awesome.
it. Should've just got the big one. She's
Yeah.
like, babe, like, what? It's fine. 2 of these is fine. We'll just eat this at Thanksgiving. I'm like, I'm only eating meat. Like, I don't know.
He's want me to sit there and eat sliced
she was
ham.
like,
Processed
she's
sliced
like,
ham?
she's like, babe, you can have one of them to yourselves. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like I
You're
don't know
like
if that's
a
gonna be
child.
enough for the
Like a
rest of you
child
guys.
Sitting there eating a
No,
package.
it's not like sandwich meat ham.
Oh, okay.
It's like
I thought-
it's like just like they cut a corner off of the ham and then like slice it down. I don't know how to
Oh,
describe.
okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought you were saying it was like
No,
sandwich
not
meat ham.
no.
You just sit there eating sandwich meat in the corner. Oh, dude. Yeah, I'm a ham guy too. I'm not a big turkey guy.
No, if you do it right, it's all right. But
Yeah,
I
like
like-
Marky, my cousin Marky,
Mm.
he can throw down on some food.
Dude, when I was working at Bookies, I did the entire Thanksgiving dinner for like it wasn't like a bunch of people. I think it was like 12 people or something.
Mhm.
But I did the ham. I stuffed a turkey with all citrus, like oranges, limes,
Mhm.
lemons, everything. It turned out so friggin' good. I haven't cooked Thanksgiving dinner since. Like that one time for me cooking for that many people alone.
Yeah,
Oh, I wrapped it in bacon too, in the oven.
dude, that was probably the
Yeah.
juiciest turkey ever.
It was
Like-
amazing.
Like the dark meat on a turkey, if it's very juicy, I can eat it.
Mm.
I cannot do dry turkey.
No?
That will kill my Thanksgiving.
I mean, if I put gravy on it, everything's all right. But
Yeah, but even then, like, bro, some people just make weird gravy too.
everybody tries to like make it a special way,
Yeah.
like using a certain part of the turkey.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like, bro, just make a regular gravy.
Dude, just buy the pack and put it in some
Yeah,
water.
bro,
Put
go
it in
to
the microwave.
KFC
It'll
and
be
get
all
some
right.
gravy. Like, Do something, because
I know I tried to do that for that Thanksgiving, and it was like it came out like chalky.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like chalk, but
No, but not
it
chalk.
had like a chalky like a
Yeah.
aftertaste.
And
yeah.
then like people come out, like people start making gravy and it gets start grayish coloring, and it's like, dude, this like just give me regular brown
Dude,
gravy.
Just go to the grocery store, buy the freaking pack, put it in some water, put it in the microwave. It'll be all right.
Yeah, give me some thick brown
It's like
gravy.
$1 or
be all
something
right.
for the
Yeah, I don't need all your fancy schmancy like, oh, it's
Shit.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, exactly. It's Thanksgiving. Like, let's give everybody the runs with our gravy. We don't need that. Aunt Betty or whoever that is. Dude,
I don't know who Aunt Betty is.
I don't know either, but I'm ready for Thanksgiving memes. Those are the greatest.
Thanksgiving clapbacks, dude. I am so ready. I might read some on the podcast.
Dude,
Oh no, we can't. Oh wait, maybe there will be some out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Getting ready for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Getting ready to clap back at your family.
I've seen a
when
couple.
you're
I've seen a couple.
You're like 19 years old. Like
Yeah.
you don't have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
aren't you divorced, bitch? Like I love those.
Yeah. Haven't you been divorced 3 times then, Sheila?
Yeah. I freaking love those. Yeah, I might actually read some.
Dude, when I was working at Mountain Mike's, that have you ever heard that? You had to have heard the Thanksgiving beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes.
Yes, of course.
Dude, so have you ever met Hobbin?
No. I don't know
It's my sister. He used to work with us at Mountain Mike's. They were at Sophia's birthday party. He's shorter black dude. His wife, I don't know if it's his wife or not, is Hispanic. I think she was pregnant or something at the party. But dude, we used to piss everybody off at Mountain Mike's because we would sing that from the start of our shift until the end of our shift. Like, just, cause that's one of those things you get stuck in your head. Good luck getting it out. But yeah, I love that. That pops up on my Facebook memories all the time. The lady singing it.
Oh, another thing that I wanted to talk about on the podcast, because it's very important to me. I know a lot of you motherfuckers don't care. Manchester United fired their head coach a couple weeks ago.
You've been asking for that.
I have been.
I'm gonna
and
take
I'm
my
not,
sweater off. It's getting hot in
Yeah.
here.
Oh, I'll turn the heater off.
I'm still gonna take my sweater off because it is hot in here.
There it is. That's off. I know. It's just my feet get so cold in here, bro. Like, I have to have it on.
Good to know that we can turn the flame on in here.
I know. I literally told Sydney, I was like, I'm so glad that I'm actually gonna be able to like wear t-shirts in here.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to just wear freaking sweatshirts all the time while I'm like streaming and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
or like I wore like an Under Armour undershirt under my Manchester United for the watch along yesterday, and I was just like, I was freezing in here. But yeah, they finally sacked the manager. Which, I mean, I'm not one of those guys. I said it last week, I think, like talking about Kyle Shanahan, how I think it's almost time. Like, now I'm kind of looking at it like, okay, well, there is a huge amount of injuries. Like, it's not an excuse for the offense before Brock Purdy got hurt. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, you could have played Josh Dobbs yesterday. But anyways, they hired this guy, Ruben Amorim from Sporting Lisbon. Before he took over at Sporting Lisbon, they hadn't won the title in 18 years. He won it in his first full season. Then he didn't win the league the next year, and then won it again the following year. And then this year, they were 11-0. 11 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses in the league. They had just beat Manchester City 4-1 in the Champions League, like our second biggest rival.
Yeah.
And Manchester United just made the call. They sacked the manager. Literally 3 days later, they were already talking about appointing this guy. Like, they paid a release clause of $10 million to get a manager. You never see anybody do that. Like, nobody pays for a manager to get out of a club in the middle of a season, especially when they're on a heater like that.
Yeah.
And they get him in yesterday, or they get him in this week. He started training Monday because there was a 30-day period in his contract that if he were to leave during the season, he couldn't start. Like he had to give them 30-day notice.
Okay.
So like just like if we were to quit our job, 2
Yeah.
weeks, right? Yeah. So he had to give them a 30-day notice. So he managed like 4 extra games, and then it ended up only being 3 weeks because international duty, whatever.
Yeah.
So he takes over Monday and does 3 training sessions, and then finally all the starters come back on Thursday. But we played yesterday.
Yeah.
So he had 2 training sessions with the starters.
Yeah.
I'm on social media and I'm seeing everybody losing their minds. Like, we made the wrong decision because of a 1-1 draw. And I'm like, we made the wrong decision? How?
Yeah.
Like, how can you like, we were ass.
Yeah.
We are ass.
Yeah.
So, like, just give them time. But
Yeah.
I'm so excited, but at the same time, I'm trying to, like, tamper, or, like, is that the right word? No, not tamper. I'm trying to, like, just bring my expectations down.
Yeah.
Like,
Just lower the bar.
yeah, because I'm so over, like, being a toxic fan, like, or around a bunch of toxic fans, because
Yeah.
I never call for a manager's head.
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of the last people to ever do it. And, yeah, I think that's all I got on that. But,
Yeah.
like, I'm
And I know
excited.
you've been saying recently too, like that the manager, it was time for him.
It was just like the whole like feeling around the club has just been so toxic. Like, and they sold 25% of the club. It's American owners. They own Tampa Bay as well, the Buccaneers. And a Saudi like organization tried to come in and buy it. They were gonna buy 100% of the club for like $7 billion, and Manchester United's also like 700 million in debt or something like that, because these owners literally use it as a cash cow to like build new stadiums for their other teams.
Holy
And
crap.
yeah, so they literally like they don't reinvest any of their own money
Yeah.
into it. They just pull money out constantly. And so they now own like 65% still. And it's, yeah, like, and they refused the offer to Saudi, and they brought in another guy who runs an organization called Ineos, which is cool that they took over all football, like the entire footballing aspect of it, right? Like, I mean, from top to bottom, their organization is in charge of everything. And which is nice, but there's still no money.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I'm just like, if there's no money, like, what is a new manager really going to do? And that's why I was like, well, what's the point
Yeah.
of sacking this manager just to bring in somebody else that's going to run into the same problems? But it got to the point where it was like, it's so toxic from top to bottom. Like, 75% of the fans want him out. And I was just like, not, I want him out. I never called for it, but I was just like, it's time.
Yeah.
Like, but they just gave him a new contract in the summer. So they literally had to pay him $18 million to walk out the door, and then $10 million for a new manager. So I'm like, oh, well, we're still not getting any new players, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, is there a good squad to start for that manager to start with?
no. The squad is so terrible. I mean, we had a combined, so he came in with a new system, right, which is supposed to help us out. It's 3 center backs, 4 midfielders, and 3 up top. So it's a 3-4-3.
Yeah.
And he's gonna play 3 at the back and then 4 across the middle. Well, the two guys that are actually in the middle, the other 2 are wing backs, so they're either forward or back. They're not like in the actual midfield. They had a combined age of 66 or something like that.
Dang, they're old.
Yeah, they're both well into their 30s. They do not have the legs to be 2 midfielders sitting there. He had a guy on the bench that just got back from international duty, so I understood why he didn't start. And also, like, he needs to assess the problems, right?
Yeah.
So play these players that we all wanted to move on in the summer and
Mhm.
couldn't. So, but he had a guy on the bench that we paid $65 million for in August, and he coached at Sporting and won the title with his first year.
Oh dang.
So I'm like, okay, so there is a decent squad there.
Mhm.
It's just there's so many players that like
Yeah.
just don't try,
Mhm.
and it's so irritating.
Yeah.
Because like if you're playing against Liverpool or Manchester City or Tottenham or Arsenal or one of the big clubs,
Mhm.
these dudes are running their asses off and ball.
Yeah.
But then yesterday you play Ipswich, who just came up from the championship. You're like, you guys can't be bothered to run. Like, I don't know. You're getting paid $400,000 a week.
Yeah.
Like, can we
Yeah.
step this up a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big soccer guy, so I don't know much, but
Mhm.
I let you vent to me all the time
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
I'll be
I
your
don't really
listening ear.
have too many people, so Sydney probably knows more about soccer than she ever thought she would. So
Yeah, I've learned a couple things from my sister watching soccer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, plus, I mean, it's good for her to learn too if the boys are gonna play soccer, you know. Like, so that's good too. That way she can like be involved a little bit,
yeah,
and not just be one of those
Oliver's
moms that.
playing football in January.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
Flag football.
yeah.
We don't.
I'm excited for him because he wants to,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like 6-year-old football,
Yeah.
and then literally soccer starts right after that.
Yeah.
And their dad's talking about like, well, you only get to pick one, and I'm just like I understand that from a money aspect because it is expensive as hell
Mm-hmm.
to have kids in sports. So, like we pay $50 a month or whatever it is for Sophia's dance, plus like the twins to play, or like for one kid to play football is like $180, and then soccer is the same price.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I understand, but like we're splitting it, so it's not
Yeah.
it's not that bad.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, like, is
And
my
then
so
he loves
is.
soccer too, so it's like we're gonna tell him no,
Mm-hmm.
and then he has to go watch Miles play every Saturday
Yeah.
because he'll never get a break from going to watch him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like we go to every game, he goes to every game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he goes to every game. He's not working because he has
Yeah.
to work when he doesn't have them. But
So
his-
is Miles or is Oliver? Is soccer after football, or they
it
run the
starts
same
like
time?
it starts like 2 weeks after or something like that.
Oh, okay. Dang, yeah, that sucks. He should be able to play both then.
That's what I'm thinking. I kind of agreed whenever it was first mentioned, and now I'm like talking myself out of agreeing with that because
Yeah.
like, let him do everything. I
Yeah.
don't care. It's just money, whatever.
Yeah. And I mean, screw it, you invest enough, he'll make it back for you eventually.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, especially with the way that kid's growing. Like,
That kid doesn't fit shoes that we just bought him 2 months ago.
yeah,
That kid's he's a big boy now.
yeah.
Doesn't always act like it, but he's a big boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to take him hunting. Both of them. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, I agree.
We gotta talk about maybe trying to do that this year.
Probably next year.
Yeah.
I think let him get one more year, plus waiters and all that. Like,
I don't even
buying
need
none of that
waiters right
shit.
now.
Yeah, I guess they're
I
not
don't
even
think that's
tall
done.
enough to stand up.
Put him in warm clothing and
Well, let me know if you get a blind, and we'll
Yeah.
figure that out.
get a blind, put him in the tub, tote him in the whole way. Yeah. We can do something like that. I don't know. Figure something out.
Yeah,
Figure out a way to do it.
yeah. I gotta talk to their dad about that though.
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna take them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's different with your own kid versus being a step parent, I guess. So,
Yeah, I feel like that's a dad decision.
yeah.
Dad and mom together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, Sydney's cool with it, but
Yeah.
can't just go over their dad's head with
Yeah.
something like that. Because I mean, it's not dangerous if you're smart, but it is still
Yeah. Yeah.
around guns.
I told Joey, I said, Hunter will be in waiters by January.
No way.
No, obviously not, but I was telling her when we first got home, I was like, "Yep, he'll be going with me by January. We good." No, I'm gonna give him a couple years. But
Way too cold.
oh yeah, 100%. Especially this year. This year it got cold quick. Like
I know you're giving me shit for buying a space heater for it in here, and it's friggin' freezing.
it's not freezing, but it's cold.
At night, it's freezing.
No, it's only been
When
getting
I'm
like
in
the
here,
40s, high 30s, low 40s. That's not freezing. 32 is freezing.
Okay.
You want to talk
All
science?
right.
Let's talk
Boxing
science.
gloves are going back on.
Yeah.
We did it last week. We're doing it again this week. Between oysters and being super serious about friggin' what temperature is freezing. Nah, I'm over it, bro.
KJ
I'm
was
over it.
telling
Let's
me.
end this motherfucker.
KJ was telling me at church yesterday. He's like, dude, I love listening to you guys argue because like when you guys agree on something, it's like awesome. You guys are best friends. But when you guys disagree on something, I was like, yeah, it's war.
Oh, yeah, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you talk about friggin'... What was it last week? It was John Jones. You were freaking pissing me off about that. And
Yeah,
I was
'cause he's
trying
dunking
not to
Tom
get.
Aspinall.
I was trying not to get super argumentative about that because we haven't really done that on the podcast. But
No.
I think we need to start coming up with some debate shit.
Yeah.
'cause
Well,
tired of
we
being
can get
nice
into
to
that
you.
debate again.
I'm tired of being nice. to you,
John
man.
Jones does not want to fight Tom Aspinall.
Because he wants a super fight. He wants to make the most money in his career. Let Tom Aspinall win a couple more fights.
Bro, he made
make
20,
it a super fight yourself.
He made 20 mil fighting Stipe. He can make that fighting Tom Aspinall.
Let's fucking pause. I gotta take a piss before we get into this. All right. Before we get, we're back, by the way. Before we get into this argument, I am accepting applications for anybody that wants to run social media. Like, you're not gonna get paid, but I am accepting applications because I can't do it all alone.
Yeah. And I suck at it right now.
I'm bad at it. That's why I don't want to do it all by myself.
Yeah.
I guarantee there's a bunch of TikTok comments in there, which don't think I'm not gonna read the comments this week because if you're inserting your stories and stuff, I will be looking at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like
Yeah, I haven't posted on Instagram since like episode 6 or something.
problem is we're not making any money from the podcast, so I can't pay anybody to do it yet.
Yeah.
Because my aunt does run like social media accounts and stuff like that.
Yeah. We need a Jamie. That's what we need.
Yeah, we do.
Jamie, pull that clip up. That's what we need.
Dude, we could put a TV back there, and get clips up. We could do that, bro. We need a second camera. We need a table.
TV.
Yeah.
With that being said, join our Patreon.
Or I could just keep winning in sports betting.
Yeah, for real.
That'll work too. Yeah, that'll work too. Reinvest all that money.
Yeah. Your
Yeah.
Patreon subscription money will not be going towards Andrew's betting
No,
habits.
no. If I run out of money this time, I did something very wrong, and I'm done. So, yeah. Anyways, dude, stop with this fucking Tom Aspinall, John Jones bullshit that you're talking about. I guarantee you, nobody listening agrees. I'd love to get Johnny's take on it. Should we call Johnny on the podcast?
He's at work right now.
I need to figure out. Oh yeah, never mind. I forgot people have jobs.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
shit. Fucking losers.
Yeah. I don't know what Johnny would say, but John Jones sounds better on a duck call than I do, and I sound pretty good, I think.
For sure, better than Johnny.
Yeah. Johnny's actually getting good though.
I know you told me that already. I
Except
don't really
for
care.
bro, Saturday.
I don't really care.
Dude, Saturday he's sitting there and he's calling and like he sounds good for a minute and then he starts messing around on his call.
Dude, you're ducking this conversation harder
I'm not
than
ducking this
freaking John Jones is ducking Aspinall.
When I look up and there's a single mallard just doing this, coming down, and Johnny starts messing around on his call. And I look over and he goes, "Whoop," gone. I was pissed, dude. I looked at Johnny and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now? And he goes, what? I was just messing around. I said, did you not see the solo that was absolutely doing it? And he's like, for real? Yes, for real.
No, fool doesn't pay attention to
Yeah.
anything. Look at all the car accidents he's been in. Yeah.
John
Fuck
Jones
you,
is ducking.
honestly.
John Jones is
no,
ducking.
He's not.
Yes, he is.
Just give if there's anybody in the UFC at this point that has earned to pick who they fight is him.
Yeah,
I don't care if I saw comments about he's turning into the Floyd Mayweather of the UFC, like fighting everybody when they're past their prime and all that. Well, okay, he fought Stipe past his prime because he was suspended.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
While freaking Stipe was in his prime.
Yeah.
John Jones was suspended and he was a light heavyweight.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if he goes up to heavyweight if that suspension never happens.
Yeah.
Because, like, he had to put on a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about all that bullshit. But
yeah, I don't agree with that. But I do agree that he's ducking this Tom Aspinall fight. Like, it's, as the champ, it is your duty. And we talked about this the other day.
I said I 100% agree with you.
So, like, this is the consensus that we came to. We're going to agree to disagree.
Oh, I could put a poll on the.
We're going to agree to disagree because we know that John Jones wants the Pereira fight. But Pereira, we don't think that Pereira will fight Jones without the belt. But John Jones' next fight has to be Tom Aspinall because he has the belt. If he vacates the belt, he doesn't fight Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira will just fight Tom Aspinall because Tom Aspinall has the belt.
Yeah.
So it's kind of this weird love triangle with all three of them where Jones wants to fight Pereira, Pereira wants to fight for the belt, Tom Aspinall, his next fight has to be John Jones. Everybody else he's fought, he's put out in the first round. There's nobody else for him to fight. His next fight is John Jones. Has to be. He's still technically the interim champ.
Yeah.
But the champ is back, which means that fight has to happen.
Which I feel like they did some fuckery with the Stipe John Jones fight anyways because of John Jones getting injured. I think Stipe was the next up for that fight regardless, but because of the injury, was he supposed to fight? I think he was supposed to fight Stipe.
So the original fight was him and Stipe.
Yeah. So then he got injured.
Yeah, then he got hurt and that just pushed it back another 6 months. So like he should have just fought Tom Aspinall.
In this last one?
In this last one. Because he should have fought Stipe like 6 months ago.
Yeah, but you got to give Stipe his payday too. Like at the same So no, I mean, he doesn't get paid if he doesn't fight.
Yeah,
so,
and that's the thing is Stipe wanted to fight John Jones. Like that's what he wanted to go out on.
I'll tell you after that fight though, John Jones could have fought this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I watched the highlights. There was no damage whatsoever.
No. And I think Tom's last fight was.
I thought we figured it out last week.
2 months ago. Maybe it is like about time for him to fight, but John Jones needs a camp, so like, give him a 3-4 month camp.
Yeah, I mean, the fight needs to be made, and the thing is, it needs to make sense for John Jones, right? Mm-hmm. Like he is getting to a point in his career which we never even really talked about.
Since coming loose and it's taking me out because I can hear it rattling in there.
Oh, that's irritating. You want to pause real quick?
No, we're good. I'll leave it alone.
We didn't really talk about the boxing that was on Friday. We talked about it a little bit, but
there's nothing to talk about.
No, but that's what I wanted to talk about is the splits. Like, say what you want, but Jake Paul is getting these guys paid.
Oh,
there was really nothing to talk about in the fight.
Yeah,
but like boxing is like that, right?
Yeah.
Like yes, the main draw, like Canelo, whoever he fights, Canelo's getting the large end of that purse.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to UFC, like it is all about like pay-per-view points, and the only guys that get pay-per-view points is the champ.
Yep.
I kind of like how they set that up, but at the same time, it's kind of like everybody needs to get paid. Mm-hmm. So, like
you're screwing the rest of these guys that are out there, like the Justin Gaethjes and the Max Holloways, like that. These dudes come out and put on big shows for you.
Yeah,
like these are some bad dudes that are putting on some crazy shows for you, and like they can't get a few pay-per-view points, but they're the headline of the fight, or they're the reason that people want to watch this card.
Especially like, and again, like no disrespect, but if Max Holloway is the second to last fight,
Mm-hmm.
and then the final fight is like any woman besides Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
Like nobody's paying for the fight to watch that last one.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're looking at Max Holloway, Dustin Gaethje. Like you're looking at
Yeah.
all these guys that are fighting underneath that to make the card.
Yeah. Even some of the prelims, you're like, oh, this is an up and comer name. Like that's what you're looking for. You're not looking for like, and even the heavyweight division, like there's not a lot of good heavyweights. I was talking to my father-in-law the other day, and I'm like, the heavyweight division is not what it used to be.
Mm-mm.
Like you used to have some bangers in there.
Yeah.
Like the big dudes is what you used to turn on the TV for. And nowadays it's the flyweight, the bantamweights, the lightweights. Like
Well, you have all the personalities down there.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
besides, and John Jones isn't as big of a flamboyant personality anymore. He like mostly he talks about like God and stuff like that now, which is amazing. Like I'm not discrediting that at all.
Yeah.
But John Jones is the pool up there.
Yeah.
And then like Pereira at light heavyweight is the pool.
Yeah.
And then like I know Izzy's not the champ, but Izzy is that like from then down is where all the personalities are.
Yeah. You got the Izzy's, the Kamaru Usmans, like, I mean, what's his name?
Sugar Sean.
Sugar Sean. Yeah. You got Justin Gaethje is a super humble dude. But like his personality too, he's an awesome, like you watch his off camera stuff, like from not fighting and everything, like dude's awesome. Dustin Poirier, like he those are like those sneaky dudes too, like those are what you're looking for. Like the dudes Khabib.
Yeah, I mean Khabib is the total antithesis of that. Like he's not flamboyant at all, but you tuned in to watch him fight every single time.
Yep.
Like because he was just mauling dudes. And whether you loved him or hated him, it's you have to tune it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean
that's the same thing now with like the
that's
Islam Makhachev.
Yeah,
he's the Khabib of this generation of fighters, and then you got like
but I feel like he has a little bit more personality. No,
so
he's more like in your face.
No,
like,
that's Hamza.
Oh, yeah.
Hamza,
I'm always fucking that up.
But like the Kevin Hollands. Like Kevin, I love watching Kevin Holland fight because you can hear him on the
Bobby Green
through the whole fight, like sitting there talking to people.
Yeah, and
like,
nobody's tuning in to watch a Bobby Green fight, but he's a personality.
Exactly.
And
Paddy Pimblett, like they're personalities.
I'm tuning in to watch him lose every single time. I hate Liverpool.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It's the UFC today is a lot different than what it used to be. I mean, we kind of got off track from like the pay-per-view points and paying these guys, but like,
but that's the point of it.
Yeah. That's
is
the
like,
point. It's like
these are the guys that shouldn't be getting like $40,000 a fight.
Yeah,
like these are the guys that should be, getting upwards. Like I don't know how much, right?
Yeah.
Like,
but I mean, you think about it, like it is a lot of money. Like them making 120 grand a year in three fights.
If you don't get hurt.
Yeah, if you don't get hurt. But then you got to think about it and you're like, well, these guys got to pay for houses, they got to pay for training, they got to pay for all this stuff.
A gym.
Yeah, gym. Like they got
and you got to think like managers get cuts, promotions get cuts.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, by the time you're cutting, $40,000, three separate ways, you're kind of like, how much are these guys really getting paid?
Yeah. And you know that they're making enough money off of ticket sales and pay-per-views that like you got to give these guys a cut.
Yeah.
They've got to get something. And Dana White he's been pretty greedy. Like
yeah, I mean, but whenever you start like hearing the story about like how long they lost money on the UFC, then you're kind of like, okay, well, like, I mean, there's certain sides to both stories, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know exactly how much they're pulling in at the gate, but I've never watched a UFC, like a UFC event, not sell out.
Yeah.
So, but they probably lost money at 300 because of the the Sphere. Was that 300?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guarantee, I can almost guarantee renting that place out is because they don't own it.
Yeah, that's
so
pricey.
I can guarantee they probably lost money at the gate for
Mhm.
that. But like pay-per-view, they're not hurting.
No. Heck no.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
And you're selling that pay-per-view around the world.
mhm.
Like, that's not just a U.S. thing. Like, you're selling that around the world. But, I don't know. I mean, and then you got, like, I think the fight nights is where they take their biggest losses. Because, like, they just had a fight night.
Well, they do it for free.
Yeah. And they just had a fight night in
But
Macau or something like
that's
that.
part of the promotion though.
Yeah.
So like if you make us pay for everything,
Mm-hmm.
nobody's watching.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say nobody, but
Yeah,
like
yeah,
your
you know
fight
what I
nights,
mean.
you're definitely not making. You're
Mhm.
you're definitely not doing very
But
well
like
with those.
like Sugar Sean not getting pay, like especially if you're in a title fight, I think both guys deserve pay-per-view for.
Oh yeah, I think
Like-
if you're like not even just a title fight, but if you're in a 5-round fight on a main card,
Mm-hmm.
you should, because I think Charles Oliveira and Michael Chandler, wasn't that a 5-round fight?
Yeah, it was.
That was
And
5
it
rounds,
wasn't-
and that
it
was on a
wasn't for
main
a
card,
belt.
and
Yeah.
it wasn't for a belt. Like, but
Mhm.
those guys are both, they're both hitters.
Yeah.
Those dudes both need to be paid. You get
Mhm.
those dudes got to make some decent money.
I mean, and guys like that probably do.
Yeah,
like,
they're making $100,000 over that fight
yeah.
for sure.
But then you look at boxing and you're like the money that's being thrown being
I
thrown
don't know
around
where
there.
they're getting that money from.
Saudi, dude. Saudi's starting to make fights switch. Again, I mean, you can say what you want, but at least it's bringing eyeballs to sports.
Yeah, I don't know. I was talking. I don't know who I was talking to, but I was like, boxing is just. I can go another day without watching another boxing fight in my entire life, and I'd be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tune in to watch Canelo.
I didn't even do that. We went to
What?
Dave and Buster's that one
Yeah.
time for that Canelo fight, and hardly even watched it.
I know we could. Well, I watched it, but we couldn't get a seat anywhere. Like
Yeah.
nobody was showing the fight, and you're
Yeah.
like, you guys aren't you guys are showing UFC though.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if it's Canelo, yeah.
I mean, cool if it's Canelo, but even then, it's like, bro, like, really? 'Cause we all know what's gonna happen. Canelo's gonna beat this dude up for 12 rounds, and that's that.
Yeah, I hope that Jake Paul Canelo fight gets made.
Yeah, but even then, what does Canelo fight at? Like 250?
250 pounds?
No. Oh, sorry, I said 250. 150, 165?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Jake Paul's fighting at 225. This he just fought Tyson at. It's like
Mhm.
220 something. Like, realistically, is that gonna...
Yeah, and he doesn't
And-
want to do any kind of catch weight or
Yeah.
anything like that.
And what else is Jake Paul gonna throw in that clause to script it to where it's he's just giving Canelo a payday?
That's one thing that I disagreed with Jake Paul whenever he said Canelo needs me.
No. Yeah, you're tripping, bro. Canelo does not
All of
need you.
Mexico is tuning in to watch Canelo fight.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who he's fighting.
Yeah. He Canelo does not need Jake Paul.
No.
But that's the thing is, like, a lot of these guys that he's fighting are just retired dudes coming out of the UFC or somewhere that, like, they're just not in that business anymore, and they're looking for a nice little payday. So Jake Paul's writing up this contract to make it look like he's an awesome fighter, and he's just giving him a payday for it. He brought YouTube to the boxing ring, is what he did. It's all acting.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't.
Bro, there was a couple of times where Mike Tyson, like, I've seen a couple of videos from the fight where, like, Mike would make a move and slip a punch or something and go to throw a counter, and, like, you see Jake Paul flinch real hard, and then Tyson would pull off. Like, there's you're
Yeah, I
telling
don't
me
know.
that Jake Paul paid Tyson what, an extra $2 million per round, and Tyson was like, let me just make it 8. Let me just get to 8.
I don't know.
And the commentators are talking about, like, Jake Paul will go down forever being able to say that he beat Mike Tyson. Bro, you didn't beat Mike Tyson. You beat some old dude. Like that's not Mike Tyson.
That's not what I was trying to bring up whenever I was
I know.
doing that.
But like, if he fights Canelo, it's gonna be some acting in there.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It all depends on the contract. Like that's how he forms these contracts. There was a no knockout clause when he fought Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley could not knock out Jake Paul in that fight.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he fought
Didn't
Mike.
he knock him out?
Yeah, he knocked out. But even then, bro, if you
That overhand right was nasty. I don't care what anybody said. You're not faking that. You're not. He clocked him. And
yeah, but if you look at how
watch Jake Paul throw punches, bro. He hits.
Yes, I'm not disagreeing with that. But if you watch how Tyron Woodley kind of let him set it up, it's like Tyron Woodley, you're a fighter for a living. You know that you got to defend better than that. Like he let him hit him. Then you got Jake Paul fighting.
But
he
what
just
about
fought Mike Perry not long ago? And Mike Perry is like 140 pounds soaking wet.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a
That's a YouTuber?
No, Mike Perry's from he's a bare knuckle boxing guy right now.
Oh, okay.
But he's like 140 pounds. Jake Paul's got 70, 80 pounds on this dude.
I'm at the point where it's like, just don't step in the ring. Then I don't understand. Like if Jake Paul is the one making the fights, you can't tell him. It's same thing with freaking Mayweather. You can't tell him at what weight class we're gonna fight, and we'll never know with Mayweather and why does my phone keep ringing? You'll never know with Mayweather Pacquiao. You'll never know because Pacquiao was well past it.
Yeah.
Right. Canelo was barely coming up when he fought him. Yeah. But you watched because I've gone back and I've watched that Mayweather Canelo fight. And Canelo couldn't touch him.
Yeah.
After that fight, Canelo was so different.
Yeah.
Like he learned so much from just trying to hit Mayweather and couldn't to where Canelo's defense from that point on was just spectacular. So, I mean, I like boxing, but I just talk to Michael whenever I have questions about boxing.
It's not what it used to be.
No, it's not.
That's the thing is nobody's going into boxing anymore. Everybody's going into the UFC.
You ever watch that slap shit?
Slap boxing?
I've never watched it, but I can't.
I've seen highlights and videos and stuff.
It makes me want to throw up.
That's crazy. Just sitting there taking that, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what Dana's good at, dude.
Yeah.
He's good at finding.
He's an entrepreneur.
Yeah. He's good at finding sports that nobody gives a shit about and turning it into something. Yeah. It's like, he bought 12 separate slap boxing rings.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah, or friggin' organizations.
Yeah.
Around the world, bought them all.
Bro, I can't wait till he gets into that freaking those 5v5 fights. 5v5 fights. Have you ever seen those?
Mm-mm.
Dude, those
I've seen the 5v1s where dudes will just line up and come in and just get and they're standing in a ring that's as wide as this table, and they're just.
Have you seen the ones where it's 2 or 3 chicks against one dude?
I just saw one, and Buddy looked like he was fighting his wife and just had all out everything that she's ever told him he couldn't do. He was just taking it out in that ring.
So it's got to be in Russia somewhere. They do 5v5 fights where they get
I have seen them, but I haven't seen them fighting at the same time. I've seen them where it's whoever is the last standing, right? So it's they line up in a line and literally the table is this long, and they'll the first 2 dudes will fight. And then whoever wins that one, the next guy from the other team steps up. I've seen that.
Oh, no. This is 5v5. So they all go one-on-one. As soon as somebody gets beat up, the dude that just got beat up is out. The dude who beat him up goes and starts 2v1 in somebody. And then it's literally game on until it's a 5v1.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy.
Nah.
Yeah, I can't. Dude, Dana White needs to get something like that going. That'd be sick.
Friggin' Royal Rumble in the UFC, dude.
That's pretty much all it is. It's just a Royal Rumble. These dudes just go at it, and as soon as somebody gets knocked out, guess what? You just gave it up for your whole team.
Yeah, somebody's getting jumped.
And it's crazy because you look at it and you're like, bro, there's no way you're not hitting your own teammates either. Because
it's like old school wars.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Like you're slashing Achilles and like just
Bro,
kicking
these
somebody
dudes got
from behind.
like a freaking rear naked with the dude face down on the mat, and the other dude comes up and just boom, boots him in the side of the head or kicks him in the ribs or something.
Oh my god,
it's crazy. But I'm like, that'd be sick. I'd pay for that. I'd pay for that.
I'd pay to watch you do that.
I mean, what are we talking here? What's the purse?
No, I'd pay somebody else to make you do it. I wouldn't pay you.
No. I do a 3v3. Me, you, and Johnny versus 3 other dudes.
It depends on who the dudes are.
Yeah. What weight class are we talking?
No, I've seen some insane I saw 4 dudes hanging from like a square
Bro,
bar,
I just saw
and they're
that.
like kicking each other off the bar,
Dude.
And it's last man stand. I was like,
I
oh
just
my
saw
god,
that the other
bro,
day.
this
Yeah.
is,
Just
that's
getting up kicks sitting
brutal.
on freaking a pull-up bar, dude. Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, those videos were wicked.
I would fall as soon as somebody like just
As soon
put
as
their
you rang
foot
the horn,
on
bro.
my
Ring
face.
the horn, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm out.
like I saw one dude was like just smushing this dude's face with his foot,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my, I'd throw up. Dude.
And then you got like 2 dudes both beating up one guy, like on the hanging there on the bars.
They
and you got-
jump them and then
Oh my-
wait until it's them two,
Yeah.
and then they fight each other.
God, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
no,
Yeah, that's
I'm not watching that. I'm not watching. Like
That's nuts.
somebody's face is just gonna be
yeah.
ugh.
Yeah.
Like that's what I don't like about the slap boxing. It's like, or power slap is what it's called, right?
Mhm.
It-
You
yeah,
see their faces, it's all just
yeah, it's
mush.
mushed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's just crazy.
No,
I've seen a
like
couple
that.
of them, and I'm like, bro, how are you living like that?
Mm-mm.
That's crazy. But
Yeah, not for me, bro.
but I like that stuff. Like when I'm on Instagram, I like seeing the brutal videos.
Nah, dude, I see somebody get kicked in the nuts, bro, and I can't walk for a couple minutes. Like,
I just saw the Chris Weidman leg break not too long ago, and I was like, oh god,
yeah,
against Uriah Hall.
Mhm.
Oh, dude, that was brutal.
yeah.
That was brutal. And he
Or,
stepped
like-
back on it. Oh, but I
Whenever
like
you
watching stuff
see
like
somebody like I like watching like a head kick knockout,
that. Hmm.
but like a front kick knockout is so different, bro. Because you're like that's neck snapping, like
Mhm.
that's everything.
Yeah.
And no, like, but that's what I was gonna say is like when you were talking about the setup, it reminded me of Leon and Usman. That setup, like, oh my god! If you haven't seen it and you like watching the UFC, like
Yeah.
you need to go
That's-
watch that.
That's when you have
Like,
to
just watch the whole fight.
Yeah.
Because the setup is very impressive,
Mhm.
but like if you just watch that clip, that is one of the most impressive, like not only setup but
Yeah.
execution.
Yeah.
Like, but then you go back and you watch the entire fight. Leon won the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Like he took Usman down
Yeah.
in that first round,
Mm-hmm.
and we're sitting there on the couch and we're like, oh my god, this is gonna be it.
Yeah.
And then you just watch Leon just get pummeled
For the
for
next 3.5 rounds.
3.5 rounds.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Not even 3.5 rounds. 3 rounds in 4 minutes.
yeah. And you're like, oh no. And then just that, like, I don't know what Usman was thinking, but like, just get him back on the ground. So you had to do.
Yeah. And he chose to
hold him
stand
down.
and bang. And who called it? Was it Joe or was it
It was Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
He said he's only got a minute left. He needs a knockout here.
Mhm.
And then he drops
yeah.
that right hand like he's going to throw something and comes over with the
Mhm.
kick. Boom. Oh, dude.
Yeah. Usman ducks.
Yep.
And just that freaking left foot just out of nowhere, bro.
Yeah. He feinted that right, set up the kick, and just brought it right back over the top. And just
Yeah,
Put
I
it
mean
to
that was my favorite ever knockout.
Oh, yeah.
Watching in the UFC.
Yeah.
I mean,
dude,
I don't know if that was in my top 5 sporting moments, but I can't believe it wasn't.
I don't
if
know.
it
I don't know.
wasn't.
I don't think I put that in mine either.
That's
I might have, but I
definitely
don't
in
know.
there.
Yeah.
I've made a lot of mistakes with these 5 with these top 5s.
Top
bro.
five are brutal. we talk about them and then we write our top 5s down. We go over the podcast and then we think about it afterwards and we're just sitting there like, what did we just do?
Yeah, I can't believe I left that out.
Yeah.
I left that out. My movie one was miserable, bro. Like I don't want any of those movies in my top 5.
Yeah.
I wish I would have saved the notes. Like I throw away the notes
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah. We woke my wife up. We scared the crap out of my wife
yeah.
when Leon knocked out Kamaru Usman. That was funny.
Yeah, we lost it though.
Yeah.
And that's like back then too. I was having people over for every fight,
And that fight,
And
nobody.
that
It was
fight,
literally
it was
me,
just
you,
me
and my
and you.
wife sitting on the couch.
and because that's what I do. Like, so if people don't really care about the UFC, I don't want to invite people over and make them pay, right? So like, if you do come, please pitch in.
Yeah.
But if I'm only gonna host fights that I was gonna pay for to watch myself,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really matter if people pitch in.
Yeah.
But that one, I mean,
Dude. Yeah. That's.
and then when Sugar knocked out Aljo.
I wasn't there.
Yeah,
for that
no, we watched it at my dad's house.
Yeah.
I think we were doing our fantasy draft
I think
that
so.
night. Yeah.
I wish I would have. I wish I would have watched that one because I'm not an Aljamain Sterling fan.
I'm not either, but I'm a huge
Yeah.
Sugar Sean fan.
See, I would have watched that fight just to watch Aljo lose.
We literally like used an entire day of my bachelor party to go sit at a bar and watch the UFC fights. Like, that's all we did that entire day.
Yeah.
And that he fought Peter Yan that fight, and that was what got him the title shot.
Yeah. And yeah, he could have stood up and fought.
Yeah.
He did not have to win the belt like that. Like there's no way he was hurt that bad. And
What are you talking?
when Piotr Jan hit him with that illegal knee,
Oh yeah.
Aljo, the way that he reacted after
Yeah,
the fight,
no, but I was talking about the Sterling.
yeah,
No, sorry, not Sterling.
Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, Sean
Oh,
O'Malley
gotcha.
fought Peter Yan and got the title shot to fight Aljo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about. Sorry. But yeah, that like that interview after where Sugar's sitting there and they're like they had like all the judges had scored the first round for Aljo. How are you feeling going in the second round? And he just grabs the mic and he goes, "How'd they score round 2?"
Yeah.
That dude is a comedian.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Like,
He's
I
so
don't know if
funny.
you follow him on
Yep.
any socials.
I do
or
on his
anything.
Snapchat. It's so funny.
Okay. Yeah,
He's
I
hilarious.
follow him on TikTok, and oh my god,
Yeah.
just a comedian, dude.
Yeah. But we're at
2
just about
hours.
2 hours. We'll
Yeah.
wrap this one up.
Hell yeah.
Send us your crazy Thanksgiving holiday stories.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it
We
doesn't
could
have to be
do-
Thanksgiving, anything on the holidays. We know that the seasons are crazy right now.
Mm-hmm.
We know that families are crazy. We know that crazy things are going to happen. People are going to blow up turkeys. We're trying to deep fry them this week. And
And if you don't want your name in it, then just specify that.
Yes,
And we'll
yes.
just put it as anonymous.
Also, my mom is selling her cheesecakes.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, so if you guys want one, let us know. We will get in contact.
yeah, we'll get you in contact with her.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah, you're missing out if you don't get one.
Yeah.
If you made it this far, we really do appreciate you looking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you watching. I know it's long form. It's hard to sit here the entire time. So
Be on the lookout for that Patreon bonus. Like I said, 4 bonus episodes a month, and whatever else we live stream will probably be on Patreon. We could probably start doing like live episodes too,
Yeah.
where we live stream our episodes and you guys could just tune in, hang out with us. There's a lot of cool things that we can do on Patreon. And like I said, it's $5 a month. So
Yeah.
save yourself one trip from McDonald's and
that's like a quarter of a trip from
exactly.
McDonald's to eat by
Exactly.
yourself. So
yeah, don't even get me started on that, but we're wrapping this up. Thank you guys for joining this episode of the Bills Podcast, and we'll see you guys next time.
peace.